we're running a little bit late today, and that is because I'm doing stuff that has nothing to do with sports betting behind the scenes. I'm actually running our company, which is something that I don't talk about too much and you guys don't care too much about. So we're not going to talk too much about it, but that is why we are late. So when we start looking at some of these games and some of these line movements and stuff, and I'm going to be shocked by what I see, that's why, because I haven't even had a chance to look this morning. So I'm probably going to have some ads to my premium picks as well. I might. I'll know. You guys will know by, shortly after the show if I add or I don't add. You'll know. There'll be a package up that has more picks than 3, right, for sale, and then you'll know if there's not, there's not. Unless, of course, I add a premium, long-term member only. But this is gonna be fun because I know like a lot of these lines came out late. There's a big game that I didn't do a video on too, so maybe I'll do that video after the show as well. I still have time. That game's at 9:00. North Carolina, Notre Dame. Did not do the video, but yeah, let me bring in the guys. I know they're excited about today, and I know they're excited about this week, and I know they're excited about sports betting. That's what we do. We're not going to sit here and be like, well, I don't really know about this sport. I do that about hockey. That's my shtick. So I read an interesting comment in the Facebook group. This is the new Facebook post, right, in our group. I can't believe I got sucked into this. I can't believe I got sucked into this, right? It's like, what does that mean? So does that mean I sucked you into App State the other day too when you won? Does that mean I sucked you into, Elon the other day when they won? Does that mean I sucked you into, Oral Roberts yesterday? I don't understand it, It's like, I don't know, man.
That was the Oakland comment.
It's the Oakland comment. And what I'm going to say is if you post stuff like that, when I throw you out of the group, the Facebook group is still called Pick Dogs. Still called Pick Dogs, right? There's our Facebook group. It's still called Pick Dogs. It's always been called Pick Dogs. Matter of fact, you're watching on YouTube. If you go to the to the YouTube, there's a link, right? You click on it says Facebook. Whoa, the dogs are barking. I don't know if you can hear Sam. He's guarding the house. Go get him, Sammy.
I thought it was the pool guy.
It's got a lot of action today, and I was 1-2 yesterday. I had Gonzaga. They fell flat on their face. They were the ones that really disappointed me. I had so many other games that I liked, and I put them. They were the last pick I put in, and it was like I didn't want to put Miami.
They won by 10.
What's that?
I said I can't believe they won that game by 10. I thought BYU was going to knock them off.
I think that I thought that they would. I thought that if they could get it to even, by 10 minutes left, that they were going to cover, win by 20. They just couldn't get there. They didn't get there soon enough, and it's like. If the game's another 10 minutes, they win by 30, But it's like BYU wasn't going to shoot 72% for the game. I mean, that wasn't going to happen, No. It's not going to happen. So it wasn't that big of a surprise that they reeled them in. I mean, 72% from the floor. They had a run. How many baskets was it in a row that they didn't miss? Like, they didn't miss a shot. It was like an amazing run. They scored 50-something points in the first half. They were averaging 68 points a game. It's like there was no way they were going to keep that momentum. It's like if I had my good old-fashioned halftime show, man, it would have been a Cash-a-Palooza on that thing. Yeah, I can't believe you fell for Iona, James Brown. Can't believe you fell for it. Fell for my Iona pick. With the bobblehead. It's always the bobblehead.
Falling for a pick is when you take a team on a short line that looks like, oh, that's way too easy, right. And then it doesn't cover. Yeah. That's when you...
I stand behind my Oakland pick. It was a free pick, and it was reasoned out well, and it's like, a good handicapper, like a great handicapper, goes 60% in the 60% range on their picks. A little less. I'll tell you what. If that's one of my 40%, I can live with that one, The ones that I can't live with is the one if I had Cleveland State as a 2.5-point favorite and they lost by 15 in a game they were dominated. which, it happens more often than not. Well, it's March Madness, and we're going to have those Oral Roberts type of games, unfortunately. We're going to have those games where teams are up by 25 points and the lead gets whittled away. That is what March Madness is. We're going to have games where Notre Dame throws in a shot from 40 feet and it's all net at the buzzer. That is March Madness. That is what makes March Madness what it is. That's why it's called March Madness. I can't believe you guys fell for my ACC parlay yesterday on the show, our 3-team ACC parlay. Hopefully you guys fell for that. You hit them all, right? So, anyways, I should, sometimes I let the timing of the games affect what my premium picks are. And I think that's what I did yesterday because I loved, all those ACC games. I didn't put any of them in my premiums. I don't know, Duke, I psyched myself out. We talked about this. Like, the game was still going on when we were shooting the late premium show. I'm like, I can't believe I psyched myself out of Duke. I was like, I psyched myself right. I talked myself right off of them. So this is really going to be, I would going to guess that right now, those of you that are using the U.S. sports books, today is going to be the day where they're going to be put to the test. Right? Today's going to be the busiest day. It's going to be like an NFL Sunday on steroids the next 2 weeks for them. They haven't really experienced this. So it's going to be interesting to see how these apps and websites and stuff hold up, right? So we'll have to see because we all know what happens when there's pressure on the website. It's kind of like even, in Vegas, the William Hill app on Super Bowl Sunday will get
Wouldn't the busiest day be the first day of March? The tournament?
Yeah, I think it will be. I think it will be next Thursday and Friday. Thursday especially, right? But Thursday and Friday are always just crazy. Thursday is really the day, right? Anyways, let's get it going. I'm excited to look at these games. Like I said, I handicapped a lot of these games last night, but I have not seen the line movement. So maybe there's something there, some meat on the bone for me to actually make some moves here. But let's get it rolling. Northern Colorado, Sac State. Syracuse against NC State, Portland State, Northern Arizona, Wyoming, San Jose State, Clemson, Miami, Jackson State, Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Georgetown, Marquette. Man, what a day. What a day. All before 3 o'clock. Rod, anything there before 3 o'clock, man, that just jumps off the page at you?
For me, that's when I like Northern Arizona and Portland to go over the number. That number's already dropped down to 130.5. I like the over in that one. We're going to track meet and we'll get enough points to go over the number. I love the over in that one. And the other one, I'm going to take my degenerate bet of the day. I'm going to take Arkansas Pine Bluff plus the points against Jackson State. I know our Arkansas Pine Bluff's only 1-9 their last 10, but they're 6-3 against the number. So I'm gonna take the points. Arkansas Pine Bluff. I think that's too close. I think Jackson State wins this game, but I think that's too many points. Give me the Arkansas Pine Bluff.
How about you, Brian? Any of these are
Yeah, for me, I do kind of let the time of the game influence my premium picks because Syracuse, I almost had them as a premium pick. I know NC State won its last 5 to close out the season, but I think Syracuse is the better team overall. -2.5, -3 isn't a bad number. I think the Orange win this game by 7. And then I'm going to take a lean to the Miami Hurricanes, who are a scrappy team in different spots. We've seen them play close against the better teams on a few occasions. Both teams are around 500 covering the spread. I think this is just too many points. I'm going to take the 9 with Miami here as a lean.
I like Miami as well. I just think that, like Brian said, they've been scrappy. And Clemson, when they get away from Little John, they're not as good. And I mean it's been crystal clear. They're 16-6 on the season. They're 11-1 at home. So you get them here, and it's like I was pretty critical, and I didn't mean to be like personally critical of Greensboro, but I agree with Jim Boeheim. I think that the ACC tournament deserves a bigger stage than Greensboro. I think that you put this thing in Atlanta in the Georgia Dome. I think you put this thing in, a stadium like that, and, Greensboro is really cutting them short. And that's like Jim Boeheim. He's used to playing in the Big East. And it's like the tournament's in Madison Square Garden, and now he's playing in Greensboro. It's just like, what is this? I like San Jose State against Wyoming. It's just, this is the straight garbage team play against the straight garbage team. I don't know. Something just tells me that 8% of the money on San Jose State is just, I don't think the books in March Madness on a Wednesday of conference tournament week are just up for that kind of beating. And I know I said this yesterday about Oakland, but now we have a much bigger schedule here too. I think that that's the type of game where San Jose State leaves it all out on the court. They have no reason not to, no reason not to. Like we said, where's my hoodie? I don't know. They left it out on the court. That's all they had. But I agree with Brian on Syracuse too. They just beat up on NC State. They just played at NC State, and Syracuse beat them up. Syracuse is not a good road team this season, but they certainly were at NC State, right?
They
only won twice. What's that?
Was that a 9-point win by Syracuse?
Something like that. They only won twice on the road all season. And that one of them was at NC State. So I think if you beat them in their building, you sure as heck can beat them in this building. Greensboro's a weird, it always seems to be a weird thing. I've never been to Circa. I haven't been to Vegas since Circa opened. I've only been to Westgate. When it goes to Westgate versus Circa, but I was always a Westgate guy. I love watching the tournament at Westgate. Not the whole thing, but at least a few games there. Sure, man. Me and my friend Bobby, the one that gives us sign, he loves that stuff. He loves the tickets, He just loves it. Some people they like the app, because it's like you don't have to wait in line. You kind of have a lot more privacy. My friend Bobby's one of those guys. He just loves the tickets. He loves the tickets. I hope he's watching. He's going to send me a text. He's going to be like, I love the tickets, man. I just love the tickets. He does. And I like the tickets, too. I love the tickets. I like the whole thing. I like tipping the guy at the window. The whole thing. Drink tickets, the whole exchange, For me, it's part of it. I like Marquette against Georgetown, too. They're going to kill him. Got, I love March Madness. I freaking love it, man. Arizona State and Washington State, UNLV Air Force, Montana against Idaho. There's no tomorrow for one of these teams. So, I don't know, man. Idaho, we've made a lot of fun of them all season long, but I don't think anyone's going to be making fun of them today. If that's the type of game, people are pulling their hair out. Siena and Iona. I don't know, Iona was so strong yesterday, but we know Siena's no shrinking violet, man. They're tough as nails. Army against Loyola, Maryland. Xavier Butler. Big East, baby. I love Big East, man. New Orleans, Privateers. Rod Zawacki's favorite word. It's like you play the coffee drinking game with Privateers and Rod Zawacki. It's like how many times he says Privateers. He refuses to address them by New Orleans. He only calls them the Privateers. In case you guys haven't picked up on that. Louisville, Duke, TCU, Kansas State, Northwestern Minnesota, UTSA, Charlotte. Rod, any of these games? Got some beauty.
For me, in this spot, I like I like Butler. Give me Butler in the points. I think that's way too many. And what comes down to the last second bucket. Give me Butler plus the points in that one. I also like I like the Cougars. Give me the Cougars. They should have had that last time they played Arizona State. They should have won that outright. I think they win it outright today. Give me the Cougars over Arizona State in that one.
Hey, Rod, we got to stop for a second. We got to congratulate Ethan Wallace. He finally won one. So he wants to
finally won one?
Finally won one. It's like, no need to apologize. Brian, you don't have to apologize that you gave out one losing pick in Oakland game. So, okay, good.
Yep.
It's okay. What a joke. I hope for your sake you're kidding. Anyways, Rod, go ahead. Still going, or are you done?
I'm good. That's all. Where'd we go to? 6:30?
Did you say Privateers? Yes.
Yes, Privateers. Yes.
Brian?
Yeah, Air Force getting 12 and a half against UNLV. Air Force, UNLV played twice already this season. UNLV won by 5 and 10 points, respectively. I just think 12 and a half is too many points there. And I've been a glutton for punishment taking Arizona State Sun Devils. I'm going to do it again today. I think they're the better team despite what their record indicates. So I'm going to take a strong lean to Arizona State and a nice play on Air Force. Their team despite what their record.
You good on those?
Yep, those two.
I was just putting this up so I could put the link to the join our YouTube Premium, put it in the chat.
I'm kind of also tempted on Minnesota over Northwestern, but I know Minnesota's lost, 9 of their last 10 and 7 straight, but slightly into Minnesota. That's just for action, just because I'm an action junkie.
I don't know, man. Rod, have we ever addressed why Chris isn't on the show? Has that ever been?
Yeah, a few times.
A few times, right?
Yeah, a few times.
Yeah. Enough times?
Yeah, more than enough.
It's tired, right? It's tired. That's what it is. I like Washington State against Arizona State. Just to argue with Brian, just to take the opposite side. Just give the trolls something to talk about, something to hate or something to hate. It's a pure anti-Bittler play on Washington State. No other reason. Washington State was the last team to win a game last season. So, like, Washington State beat Colorado in this same tournament, in the Pac-12 tournament. They beat them, and they ended the season. That was it. That was the last game. So Washington State was actually the national champions last year. Not only you can only one team gets to end the season with a win, right? But actually, a bunch did last year. How about like Northern Kentucky, man? They were on the bus, like on the way home, and they got the news. It's like they just won the conference tournament, partying. It's like, can you imagine? Like guys like Liberty, play their way in. It's like, nah. We thought about it, no. But yeah. I like so Washington State. I just like the way they play defense. I hate Arizona State's defense a lot. Kind of like Butler against Xavier. It's just something about March and Butler. It's just a lean. I don't like the game. It's one of those games that's like you bet on that thing and you're sitting in the sports book, like in one of those chairs in the sports book. It's like we've all had this experience, right? You're sitting in the chair in the sports book and watching Xavier Butler, and you got money, and you're just sweating the whole time. The waitress comes over and asks you for a drink. It's like you feel offended. It's like you just don't want to be bothered because it's too dialed in. Louisville Duke just played each other, and Louisville won. And the thing about that game, I gave out Duke in the video, but I could easily be talking to Louisville by myself. The game got to overtime, and Louisville dominated them in overtime. It was like Duke battled. They got it to overtime. It was a one-man show for Duke that day. And they got it to overtime, and it was all Louisville. So Louisville obviously has a lot less to play for here than Duke. Duke's got to win. They have to keep winning.
But I think that's the easiest play on the board.
Louisville?
No, that matchup is the easiest play on the board.
Louisville? Or you have premium?
Yeah, I am not disclosing that information.
You have a premium, though, on the game?
Oh, yeah.
That's all I'm asking. All right, that's why you're not
disclosing. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's my ACC Golden Goose, something like that.
So the line's moved from 2 to 2.5, and there is, I don't know, 38% of the bets, 53% of the money on Duke early, but I don't know. I kind of like a game that went to overtime. You getting 2.5 points. This is the time where 2.5 matters, right? A lot of time in the year where you're just like 2.5, you kind of almost write it off, right? But this time of year, 2.5 is 2.5, especially when you go deeper into these big conference tournaments. Second round. Boston College has left the building, thankfully. The stench remains.
Still. They can never get it out of there.
How about this for audacity? TCU is favored by 3.5 points over Kansas State. The nerve. That's nerve, man. That is. Kansas State is the way better team in this one. I love Kansas State there. Don't have a premium pick on it for what reason, I don't know. But Kansas State Kansas State won 3 of their last 4 games. The one loss was to West Virginia. They beat TCU, who they play today. They beat them like a drum at TCU by 8 as a 6.5 point dog. The same thing they are. Oh no, 3.5 point dogs now. They beat Oklahoma, and then they beat Iowa State like everybody else. I don't know. I don't get it. And TCU has lost their last 3. They lost 6 of their last 7. Their one win was against Iowa State, and that's because I was on a cold streak and took Iowa State in that game. That's the only reason they won. You ever feel like, a team only lost because you picked them or because you said something? Like, I know that I personally was responsible for the Giants losing to the Cubs the year the Cubs won the World Series because I proclaimed victory. Also, Northwestern. I'll be as far away from as possible from Northwestern Minnesota as well. I don't like it. Though if I was there, I would take Northwestern even with the line drop. Charlotte. Oh, we did Charlotte. Fresno, New Mexico. Vandy, Texas A&M. Utah, Washington. Marshall Rice. Monmouth, Fairfield. Colgate, Bucknell. Providence, DePaul. We'll skip. We'll stop before Providence, DePaul. So all the 7 and 7:30 games. Rod.
7 o'clock game. I like Vandy over Texas A&M. Texas A&M on the road this year is only 2-4 on the road, and Vandy's just been covering numbers, and they got a couple wins. I think they get a good shot here to beat Texas A&M. I'll take Vandy minus the 1 in that one. I like Marshall over Rice. Rice got the win yesterday. I don't think they got a shot with Marshall. Marshall's 8-2. Just the better team here. I'll take Marshall. Double-digit win over Rice. And I like Washington. Give me Washington at Utah. I think that's too many points. Washington plus the 8. I think they keep it closer with the Utes.
It's no theory, LOL. Just saying they're favored for a reason doesn't mean I'm saying they will win, though. The favorite role in sports betting has nothing to do with who's supposed to win. It has very little to do with that.
Oh, yeah.
What? The comment or my comment? Either one.
No. The guy's comment, not your comment. You're right.
The spread is only there to try and gauge public opinion and to sway betting action to level the sides. It's not there to say, anything more. It's not a prediction. Is a better term, right? It's just a number. I'm betting the number. I like Colgate. Used to be a Crest guy. Now I'm Colgate. No, I'm actually still a Crest guy. Still a Crest guy. Yep. 582 people, 605 people watching, and 143 likes. 5 dislikes. Everyone smashed the dislike button. Maybe if I say that, it'll happen. If the Iona line wasn't on DraftKings, you might be in New Jersey. Because the tournament is in New Jersey, right? Or something like that. And that's why the Iona game wasn't on, right? Jersey. It's a Jersey thing. Where are we at? Is it my turn?
Yeah, out of those group of games, I'm going to disagree with Rod. I like Utah minus the 8 points. I think this line is high for a reason. They don't want you on the Utes. Washington is the just the doormat of the Pac-12. I think Utah wins this game by 10, 11 points. And then I really like Bucknell. The Bisons over Colgate, lined open at 14, down to 11, 10.5. I think this is a 1-2 possession game at most. I think Bucknell, never know, could pull the upset here. I'm going to take the Bison plus the points.
I like Colgate. I was a big Bucknell guy for a long time, and not this year.
We got room for you. Come on over.
And I've been there on this year. I've been bruised. I'm damaged goods on Bucknell. I am. They're 5-6 against the number. The line's down 2.5 points. It's right into my comfort zone.
Why would it be down in that one?
Well, because now it's in a bettable spot for me on Colgate.
I'm talking
because
about
they wanted me to bet on Colgate. They're like, if it's 12.5, he's not there. If it's 14, he's certainly not going to be there. But if we put it down to 11.5, we could probably get Mitch's backing, and that's what we're looking for.
But you can see some of the big guys like Bucknell there.
Yeah, well, one of the big guys likes Colgate. He's sitting right here. How about that?
I think you should put a Bucknell Bison logo in your pool.
Just throwing it out there.
After they win outright over Colgate today.
It's that time of year. I can say these things.
Bucknell's going to upset Colgate today. There, I said it.
I'm not rushing to the window to bet that thing. I probably will have no action whatsoever on it.
That's a game I'm excited for today.
I like that. I like that everyone trashed me on my Houston Baptist pick yesterday.
That was Rod had that one on the premium show.
Yeah, and I had it in my parlay, and people just hammered me on the YouTube comments. I love the YouTube commenters. Before I ban them, they're like always the best. It's like famous last words, you know. It's like, what did I say to get banned off the YouTube channel? So these are the phrases, like it's kind of like George Carlin's 7 words you can never say on TV, right? It's like, here are the 7 words you can never say in Mitch's Facebook group. Always, never. Those are 2 of them, right? Always, never. Lock. DM. Lock. DM. Thank me later.
Thank me later. Thank me later.
Told you.
Told you. Yeah.
7 words you can't say in Mitch's Facebook group. Always, never. Told you. Thank me later. DM. Yeah. Cash App. Cash App's a good one.
Venmo.
Yeah. DePaul Providence. I love that one. I love that game. Not betting. I just love the game. I will be watching it. I don't care. Please, no calls or emails at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Between 9 and 11, I will be watching the DePaul Providence game. I don't care if it's a blowout, man. I will be watching every second of it. I'll be enjoying it. That's my game today. That one in Marquette, Georgetown. The 2, like, don't bug me. I'm watching the games. North Carolina, Notre Dame, Houston Baptist, Lamar, Penn State, Nebraska. These teams played like 17 times this season, it seems like, right? Did they play back-to-back or something? Oklahoma, Iowa State. These teams played like 6 times in the last 2 weeks. FAU, UTEP, Stanford, Cal. These teams played like 5 times. Stanford has Stanford's guy is injured, right? So we got to watch the status. If he plays, it's 1 play. If he doesn't play, it's the other. So if you're watching that Stanford-Cal game, seriously, it's De Silva. You have to – this is the guy, right? He's an NBA guy. So you have to really monitor it because this is where those NBA guys, where it's always like, this is where they kind of make that extra couple $1,000,000. So, because I believe that if he's healthy, Stanford makes a run, and this is a team that gets in the tournament, they could create some noise. They have that type of team. Them, Wisconsin, UConn, they all have those weird teams, right, that can really make some noise if they get in, when they get in. Middle Tennessee against North Texas. That game is now off. You guys showing that too?
No, I think it's still there. It's just
I see it there.
They just didn't put the line in it because it came out late. No, it was there. I still see it.
All right, because Middle Tennessee just had the canceled game against FIU.
Let's see. Check somewhere else. Check somewhere else.
Yeah, we'll have to double check that. Prairie View against Mississippi Valley State as well as in that mix for Ron Romanelli. Yeah, if you have picks, locks.
Postponed.
It is?
Oh, no, that was yesterday's. Nope, never mind. It's still showing it there.
Rod, would you say lock is one of the 7 words not allowed in Mitch's Facebook group?
Yes.
Here's one. Maurice Walker's got 4 locks. 5 locks.
Got 4 locks.
5 locks.
Oh, no.
Brian, you want to know? Brian's like, what are they? It's like, Brian's like, his parlay will be the other side. I'll get him for you. Hang on. It is Duke, Clemson, Penn State, Providence, Marquette. I'll tell you what, I can make a case for the other side in every one of those games. But, I'm not saying I disagree in all of them, but I'm saying I can make a case easily. The only lock in March Madness is that there will be a game, and there will be a portion of a game, an ending of a game that will make you feel sick to your stomach. That is part of it. There will be a game that makes you feel absolutely elated, and then there'll be a game that makes you just feel sick to your stomach. No doubt about it, man. It is like clockwork. Anything in this slot?
For me, I like Mississippi Valley State plus the 26 points in that one. I think that's way too many. I don't see Prairie View blowing them out by 30. I think they hang. They win by 20. Give me Mississippi Valley State plus the points in that one. That's just too many. And I think Iowa State, same thing. Too many points. Oakland wins it, not by double digits. It's a single-digit win in that one. Yeah, that's all I like in that spot. Those two.
That's it?
Well, actually, I also like give me FAU over UTEP. UTEP was only 1-5 their last 6 neutral site games. FAU coming in 6-1 ATS the last 7. Give me FAU over UTEP.
Sorry, I asked. Brian.
All right.
What do you got?
The Mayor of Calgary.
I knew you weren't going to like that one. I was like, you're not going to like this one at all. I'll give you this one.
Yeah, for me,
might as well take the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, you might as well. It's like,
totally. Yeah.
Luka's playing.
Luka.
I can tell you one thing before our NBA segment. I don't like the Mavericks.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to roll with North Carolina Tar Heels against Notre Dame. Notre Dame got lucky to get the win yesterday. Line movement doesn't really tell me that. I don't like that it went down, but I'm not going to worry about that. North Carolina is a much better team than the Irish. And I'm going to go with Nebraska against Penn State. Nebraska beat them once. There's no reason that they can't keep this game competitive down to a possession or two. I'm going to take the Cornhuskers plus the points there.
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to take Notre Dame against North Carolina because it's a homer pick for me because everyone knows
I think you're a closet Notre Dame. This is like the 3rd time in a row I think you've taken the Irish.
Yeah, well, they've hit, right? I didn't take them
Didn't
yesterday.
hit yesterday.
I had Wake. I had Wake in my parlay. My
I just think
ACC
Notre
parlay.
Dame's I'm not.
I had Notre Dame in that last.
They're just not good.
I had them in that last home game against Florida State where they blitzed them. Or who'd they play at home? That last game of the season, they slaughtered somebody good.
Yeah, it's just the lean. That's these.
Just
like our buddy, the Indian Cowboy. It's just the lean.
Indian Cowboy. What's the cowboy? Like, why is he a cowboy?
That's just a nickname. Some guys are called, like the Vegas Runner or Indian Cowboy.
On a steel horse, he rides. He's wanted.
Dead or alive.
We got a super chat. Haven't got one of those in a while. Thank you, Jason, for the super chat. We appreciate it. Been a while since we got the super chat. Really...
I think the premium show probably took away from the super chats.
You think so? I like the premium show. To be honest with you.
Yeah, 1-1 yesterday for me. I won the late one like I've been doing and lost the early.
I think I won the early and lost the late.
CS Northridge, to me, looked like the best play yesterday, and they just got their ass kicked. So.
Yeah, I won the late and lost the early. The Bruins. Man.
I won the early, I lost the late.
Post in overtime, and then huge save.
How did our
massive save of the year?
The consensus picks, I think, hit, right?
And the consensus ones hit, yeah.
Yeah, I think they both won.
Good day for the consensus.
Good day for the consensus.
Mm-hmm.
I think even if you just play the hotter capper out of me, Mitch, and Rod, you can make some good serious money.
I think what you do is you get the 2-for-1 capper package.
You do that too.
What I want you to do.
2-for-1 for a month is a steal.
That's like Higgs does.
It's a steal.
Higgs does that. But I want you.
I wouldn't mind seeing a difference.
You
guys should separate March Madness standings from the regular college basketball. That way, you see what guys do every season. No, maybe it's a dumb idea.
It's not a dumb idea. It's just every time you have an idea, it costs me, like $8,000.
It probably costs a couple grand. But.
It costs me like $8,000. Brian's driving a new car. It's like cost me $8,000 for some tech report.
I just think it'd be cool to say, hey, Rod in 2021 hit 60% of his.
I would actually guess that would not be that expensive. If we just segmented March out of college basketball into a thing, that would actually probably be a pretty quick one. That probably cost me just $1,000 or so.
Well, you have to do college football too, and maybe NFL playoffs. Anyway.
Someone called me Mitch the Bitch. I've never heard that before. Wow. Wow, that's a new one.
That's a new one.
Wow, I've never heard that one in my life. Just like don't even think of getting Mitch hater. I know that was taken a long time ago. Mitch hater. Mitch is my bitch.
Providence is starting to look good.
Providence. Friars. Ed Cooley. Oh, Mitch the Bitch is about as old as it gets. I mean, that's like second grade. It's like second grade stuff. I like Stanford against Cal. I know Brian's always been a big Cal guy, but I don't care. I like Stanford in that one, and I think they're going to be tough. I like Notre Dame, and I like Iowa State against Oklahoma. They've covered in both games. They've played them twice recently, and they covered both times. So I'm going to take Iowa State as well.
I think I'm going to send you some Irish gear. Irish Notre Dame stuff to put on your wear Irish hat.
Is it raining in Hawaii? It kind of has been raining. It kind of has been. It's been raining a lot here. The whole state is flooded. The dam broke here in Maui, but it hasn't really. It rained yesterday in the afternoon, but it's not like it hasn't been torrential. I haven't played golf, if that's what you're concerned about, in the last couple of days. People say when I talk about golf, though, that I'm bragging. If you've ever seen me play golf, you'd realize I don't have a lot to brag about in that department. I'm a 6 headed towards 12. handicap. Really, I've just swing. I have a new strategy in golf. I just swing as hard as I possibly can. If the shot calls for a 6-iron or 5-iron, I hit a 7-iron. That's it.
Who's winning? Who's winning the Players?
Is it this week?
It's this weekend, yeah.
It's an interesting course because you got to be straight and long.
Sawgrass.
Yeah, Sawgrass is a bitch. I played it.
Yeah, it looks tough.
It's tough.
I'm gonna go with Jordan Spieth. Give me Jordan Spieth wins the Players.
I always pick the same guy when people ask me about golf. I always pick the same guy.
I think I have an idea, but I think he won last week.
Patrick Reed?
Oh no, I know. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I always pick Patrick.
Didn't win last week.
I'll take Patrick.
It was DeChambeau who won last.
Oh no, he's not my guy.
No. Yeah, as soon as you said Reed, that was it.
I always take Patrick Reed. He's paid. He pays. Reed pays. He's not like popular, so he's like, and he's good. So it's like,
so you get some good value. Good value there.
Yeah.
So does Spieth. Spieth isn't very popular.
I mean Dustin Johnson. I'm gonna guess Dustin Johnson's the chalk, right?
Yeah, he's the favorite.
Yeah.
He's definitely the favorite in that one.
Over here, I mean, he drove the 14th at our course. Drove it from the black tees. It's like drove it to the green. It's like that is a shot. It's a short hole. It's a short par 4, but still to drive the green is poke, man. I drove the green on 12 at our course, par 4. About a month ago, I had an eagle. I hit one over this planter box. So like instead of it dropping into the planter box, it hit the sidewalk like a rock hits a lake. You know, on a lake. It skimmed and shot up the side of this like straight hill that goes straight up. It went straight up, and I'm telling you, it was this far from the pin. It was almost an albatross. It might have even hit the pin. You can't see it from back there because it's blind. It was this far. It was like just a little tap, eagle. And the ball had a huge scuff on it. It was like...
I love when they hit off the pavement and they go onto the fairway or something like that.
People hate...
bounces back.
People hate when I talk about golf, so we'll get off of it. I don't like... I like when we talk about golf. The weird thing is, I'm not a golf watcher. You know, I don't watch golf. I don't follow like all the latest equipment and all the latest stuff with that. I play with it because that's what I have. But it's like I don't like follow all the equipment tests and try out all the new gear and everything like that. It's like you got a guy at the club, Sean, and he fits you for the clubs. You know, you order them, they show up, they put it on your bill, and that's it. You know, Kerry pays it. That's it. Couldn't even tell you what they run. All right, let's go to the NBA. 2 games. Tomorrow we got 11 games. So I guess
tell people what we got.
What's that?
You want me to pawn my wares before the NBA or no wait till?
Sell something, Brian.
All right, I got my golden goose.
Pay for your reporting.
I got my golden goose 5-pack. 4 college basketballs, 1 NHL, which I've been doing a lot better at lately. Gonna make some serious cash going into the big conference tournament action this weekend. So 5 plays, $50. Pickdogs.com premium pick section.
And for me, I've got a 3-pack. We went 3-0 in college basketball yesterday. Let's keep rolling today. 3 best bets in today's college basketball action. Love them. You can get them over at Pickdogs. $29.95. Get you all 3.
Where's Tony Brown? I don't know. Where is Tony? Is he on the drive-thru today? I got no idea.
I don't think so.
I was thinking about asking Chris if he wants my spot on the drive-thru tomorrow. I don't know. I have to think about it. I'll ask him. I guess. Can I have it? Wednesday's usually a light day on the drive-thru. At least it was last week. That's why I was on. Is it light today?
I think I mean, just give me 1 second. I'll have a look for you.
In the meantime, while Rod's looking at that, I got 3 picks for sale. I only got 3 picks on today. It's I don't know. It's like I like a lot of games. I don't love a lot of games. So I'd rather rather be safe than sorry.
Joe Duffy, Joe D'Amico, Al McMorty, Ann Shore, Ron Romanelli, me, James Clark, and Tony T.
Wow, that's a solid grouping right there.
Solid card. Solid 8 people in there.
Yeah.
We're full.
Brian always likes to go first on the show. He likes to be early, but I'll tell you what, most people watch late on the drive-thru. Statistically, the better spot is in that middle late spot. Statistically, the first spot has the least amount of viewers. First 3 spots. The money spot. It's the last 2 spots.
They might have the least amount of viewers, but I think that's just, people tune in and just are on a tape delay,
All right, we got NBA action. Memphis, Washington, Dallas, San Antonio. Brian, any of these 2?
Yeah, for me, out of the 2, I like the Spurs the best getting the points. I'm not a big Mavs better. Line open up 5.5 down to 4. I just think the Spurs are the value play here, and you're going to see them play strong in the second half of the season. I think they have an excellent chance to knock Dallas off outright, but I'm going to take the points anyway.
Rod?
And for me, I like the Wizards. They've been playing good basketball coming into this break, and I think they continue it here. Give me the Wizards plus the points in that one. Definitely playing the better hoops. Give me the. We're not going to call them the Wizards anymore because they've been playing pretty good. Give me the Wizards in that one. And I like the Spurs and the Mavericks to go under 223.5. I think that's too many points.
I like the Spurs and the Wizards. I think anytime you can bet against the Dallas Mavericks with a team with a winning record, get points. It's usually a pretty good bet. And I think Memphis, they're at that 500 mark, and it's like they can't be trusted. It's like they're hard to gauge when they're at 500. If they're a game over 500, you bet against them. If they're under 500, you bet on them. It's really that simple. But I'll take the points with the Wizards. I think, once again, it could be a close game. They just played, and Memphis won. So a little bit of revenge here, too. Also, the Wizards are a team that, they're not as deep. So it's like, and the Grizzlies aren't really either. But it's like, these are the type of teams that, like, a week of rest is huge for them. And speaking about a week of rest, how about the Spurs, who had come off of that COVID stoppage and had, like, everybody out, and now everybody's back?
And plus, they're well coached.
They are well coached.
I'm not a big Popovich fan, but he does do a solid job. So.
Solid job. Anyways, this Maurice Walker is certainly annoying. It's like, instead of putting this, it's like, just put those in the Facebook group if you have picks, so people can mock you on your locks. I hate lock. Anyone that says lock like that, I love betting against them. I'm really in on Notre Dame. He says heels lock, Brian.
Oh, great.
Lock. He's got the lock next to it. All we need is one of these.
Well, I'm not betting the house on North Carolina. I think it.
Rod, what does it for you more? Rod's an emoji guy. You like the lock emoji, or do you like the?
I like. I don't think I even used the lock. I don't think I've ever used the lock emoji. I'm not no lock and key emoji for this guy. I like the strong.
The premium.
Yeah, Rod's a strong arm.
The premium show follows this.
Yeah. I'm brewing up a nice one. I'm sure Mitch won't like my pick, but I like it, so that's all that matters.
I'm sure I won't.
Yeah, there it is. See, Josh Mitchell's got it. The big arm.
Oh, man. Brings us to the NHL. How did I do yesterday? I know I had a lot of dogs. Did they come in? How about the Red Wings? They were winning for a while. Did they win?
They lost in overtime.
Well, we took the goal and a half, right? I took the puck line. So I did win.
So they hit the puck line. It was only
Nice.
one goal game in that one. The Jets won outright. They beat the Leafs.
That
was a good
the
pick.
Jets was my dog of the day.
Yeah.
I actually did NHL dog of the day. It was the Jets, remember? And I said, how in the hell are the Leafs favorite? We did a whole thing. We did a whole bit on the show.
Yeah, that was a good pick. I wish I would have had it.
Well, we did have it, Brian. You had it with us in spirit. You got Vegas Golden Knights against the Smudges. It definitely is mustard, ketchup, and relish, I believe. The Smudge.
Someone was eating a hot dog and it went, and someone was like, "Oh, look at that! Smudges are born."
It's like Mother Teresa on the piece of toast. You know, it's like a piece of toast with the image of Mother Teresa on it.
Right.
I had a French fry that looked like Teddy Roosevelt once. Edmonton Oilers versus Ottawa, and the Avalanche against the Coyotes. Any of those, Rod?
For me, that's what I'm going to take. I'm going to take the Smudges again. They just beat Vegas. I think they can do it again. Back to back. I'll take a shot with that one. Give me the Smudges to beat Vegas. I'm also going to take a shot with Ottawa. I think I'm not laying minus 230 with the Oilers here. It's the Oilers. Give me a shot here with Ottawa. I'll take Ottawa. Nice plus 190 in that one. Ottawa's got a great shot to upset the Oilers. Oilers, two guys. If those two guys don't play, play good hockey, they're in trouble. So give me Ottawa in that one. And I'm going to take a shot with the Desert Dogs. They've been playing good hockey. Colorado's offense is still looking kind of anemic. They're definitely not looking cup-bound at this point. I'll take the Desert Dogs over the Avs in that one.
Okay. Well, I think today marks the 1 month anniversary of when we started our premium show. I think it is.
That's it? I don't even know.
I think it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
today's the
You
ninth,
should
right?
have saved the
Yeah,
dollar
yeah,
bill
yeah,
for
yeah.
Frank.
I think what will happen is people's badges will start to change color, telling you how long they've been premium members.
For me, in that time slot of NHL games, I absolutely agree with Rod. I love the Ottawa Senators at plus 190 or so. I mean, the Oilers are the squarest play on the board. No way I'm laying minus 230. It opened at minus 278. Senators, extreme value there. Nice pick. Oh, they only lost by a goal. They easily could have won the first game with this Oilers in the set.
Yeah.
Well, everyone knows Sens and Coyotes for me. Those are the easy ones. And then Smudges against Vegas. It's the Smudgies. Minus 105. Mild dog. Smudges. It's like, thinking, what do we call ourselves? How about the Smudges? Who comes up with that logo, and why is that acceptable to anyone? It just looks like a smudge.
But it really is. It's a sun rising over the lakes with the trees. You've got the forest. There's the trees and the sun because it's in Minnesota.
Contained within a bear head, right?
All contained within the bear head. Yeah, 'cause it's
you know what you call that?
Lakes, right?
You know what you call that? Too much.
Too much.
Extra,
too
right?
much
Extra
going on.
is the term. Extra. It's extra.
Ducks logo isn't too great either. I mean,
The Ducks changed their logo. They used to have a great logo. The Ducks changed their logo. It was like, this logo's too good. It's like, it's too good. It's a hockey goalie mask with a duck bill and crossed hockey sticks. I'm sorry, it's too good.
They had to change it. It was copyrighted.
So, why did Disney?
It was copyrighted by Disney, so they took it back. They were like, no.
Did Disney own the team, and then when they lost the Ducks, they had to take that? They took that back. Is that what happened?
Something like that. Yeah, they couldn't. They had to change it.
That's unfortunate.
It's like WWE, WWF used to be the World Wildlife Federation, and they were like, no.
I'll tell you, I lived in Satellite Beach, Florida, for a couple of years, and we had a minor league hockey team, the Orlando Solar Bears. That was a good logo. It was like a polar bear with sunglasses on. Great logo.
Really?
Yeah.
They were the polar shape.
They were the Orlando Solar Bears. They were fantastic. It was the best logo. I used to have shirts, hats. I loved it. Minor league hockey is fun. I was at the game, and my friend Brian Hasey watched the show from time to time. One of my college roommates. He's from New Haven, Connecticut, where they have a lot of minor league hockey in that area. And it was the game where Grant Fuhr was on the comeback, from his rehab stint, and everyone was throwing bags of baby powder onto the ice. It was like, he's like, we got to go to this one. It's like, we got to go to this game. It's going to be crazy. I was like, all right. And I had no idea, because I don't know hockey. It's like all these people throwing bags of baby powder on the ice. I've been to a few of these hockey games where they do the weird things, I've been to Detroit when they throw the octopus. They don't do it anymore, right?
No.
They don't do it anymore, but they used to, right?
They still throw. Detroit hasn't been around, made the playoffs lately. So, but when they do, they still throw that octopus.
Oh, do they?
For sure. Oh yeah.
I was also in Miami when they threw the rat. The rats.
Right? They threw all those little rats in Florida.
Yeah, there's so many of them, right?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
The year of the
Just
rat.
loaded with rats.
They went to the finals.
No.
They beat Lindros. Finals.
They did.
Anyways, speaking of the LA Kings and the Ducks, they're playing today, and so is Vancouver Canucks against the Canadians. Wow. You think the 11 o'clock p.m., a little past the Canadians' bedtime there?
It's past my bedtime.
They've been hanging out that end of the country anyway, so they're used to being at that end of the country.
I'm up early, I go to bed early, I'm up early. It's weird because I do a lot of my East Coast, it's not just, entering picks and doing videos, being on live shows. There's a lot of other things that go on that you guys don't see that I have to, the not fun part. So a lot of that happens at odd hours for me, usually early, because I have to deal with the East Coast. Anyways, Rod, what do you like here?
For me, I'm going to take the Kings in this one. The Ducks got the win in the last game. Kings bounce back, get the win here. Give me the Kings over the Ducks.
A little anti-logo sentiment going on there for the Ducks. Rod, I noticed that. I can't take you with that logo.
Can't take you with that logo, no.
He kind of led into it earlier because we weren't even talking about that, and he was already complaining about the logo.
I was. I liked the old logo before.
Yeah,
it was way better.
They changed the colors too, right? They had purple and a teal. Still play at the pond? They still play at the pond?
Still at the pond, yeah. Still at the pond.
That wasn't trademarked. Let's destroy a team by trademarking everything.
And Montreal and Vancouver, I'm going to take over the number in that one. We're going to see some goals, plenty in this one. Montreal's not going to sit back there. They'll be ready to play in this one, and they've scored almost 30-something goals in 6 games versus the Canucks this year. So that's averaging 5 goals a game. Canucks can throw a couple in there. Give me the over 6 in that one.
Brian, we got some breaking news for you here. We got Colgate down to 11. What's it going to take to put you on Colgate today?
Not a line dropping game like that. No way.
How many points? You think they're going to get outrighted?
I'm on the money line and on the points.
Really? Bucknell money line.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, normally I've been a Bison guy for years. I mean, I rode Bucknell so many times. As a matter of fact, a couple of years ago, I said Bucknell was going to be the team that gets into the NCAA tournament and makes some noise. They were that good. I just haven't seen it from them this season.
Oh, maybe somebody's out for Colgate. Oh.
I don't think so.
Go Bison.
Who do you got in these 2 late games?
I'm going to take another shot with the Ducks plus money. I think they can get another win over the Kings. I had that game the other night. Worked out pretty well for me.
Brian
I'm
says
not jumping
Kings.
ship now.
Rod says Kings. Brian says Ducks. Everything he says, he just does the opposite.
And I'm also going to take the Vancouver Canucks also. I think they can get another win against the Canadians. I mean, I'm more in on the Ducks than the Canucks, but I think the Canucks, like this, they're a scrappy bunch also. I think they can knock off Montreal again. So
if it's me, it's like, if I do that, then it's like I'm the bad guy. Brian does. Are you always picking on Brian?
I just like dogs in hockey, even though it hasn't really been too successful for me this year.
I defended Brian in the Facebook group. I even said, "Why are you guys always picking on Brian?"
I know, right? I see that. That was awesome.
So tomorrow's games, without anything even being played today, we've got Bowling Green, Akron, which, right out of the gate in the MAC, right? Buffalo, Miami of Ohio. We've got Michigan State, Maryland, Indiana, Rutgers, Temple, South Florida, Tulane, Tulsa, ECU, UCF, Seton Hall, St. John's, Mississippi State, Kentucky, Georgia, Missouri, South Carolina, Ole Miss, Oklahoma State, West Virginia, Texas Tech, Texas, Hawaii, UC Irvine, Oregon State, UCLA, Nevada, Boise. This is without a single game being played today. We have that already for tomorrow, and then some. So really, this is it. Tomorrow, when it comes to the conference tournament action, tomorrow is the biggest day of the year, right? The most games, because all these games today, they won't make it less games for any of the conferences. For these are all like play to the next round games for teams that are to play a team that has a bye. So it's like, who's playing Oklahoma, Iowa State? The winner of that probably plays like Kansas or something, right? And Baylor, Kansas, because they're not scheduled yet for tomorrow. So it's like we're at that stage. Wednesday and Thursday of the conference tournaments is generally, especially for the bigger conferences, we don't lose games tomorrow. We only gain because there's matchups plus these playing. Like UConn's not playing today, but they'll likely be playing the winner of one of these games. So we're not going to lose any Big East teams. Villanova's not playing. You guys get the drift here. You guys understand what I'm saying. We speak the same language. Texas plays Texas Tech tomorrow. So it's like there's only 10 teams in that conference. So that's why that happens. But we haven't seen, Cincinnati and Houston, and we haven't seen any of these guys yet. We haven't seen really, outside of Gonzaga, we haven't seen much of the top 25. We haven't seen Michigan. We haven't seen Wisconsin. We haven't seen Iowa. We haven't seen any of these guys. We haven't seen Illinois. We haven't seen anybody. They're not even on the schedule yet because guys have to play just to play them, like that Northwestern against whoever they're playing, Nebraska, Penn State. The winner of those are going to be playing against Ohio State, Michigan, right? It's like, yeah, this is called serious business. This is leave the kids at home. This is it, right? This is March Madness in full everything. This is what we didn't get last year. Was this, right? This is right where it ended, right here.
This is where it ended. Yeah,
right
that was a bummer.
Today is the equivalent of last year's last day of the tournament. Is exactly where it is, and it's the same team, Washington State. Right? It's like still in action on that day. Anyways, you guys got a parlay, Rod?
Yeah, for me, we're gonna go Iowa State plus the points, Vandy minus the 1 point, and we'll go Washington plus the points. Plus 8.
Wow. We ran so long, Colorado's already ringing it up. Northern Colorado already ringing it up on Sac State. Already. Brian, you going to parlay anything today for the show?
Bucknell plus the points, Spurs plus the points, and Syracuse minus the points.
I'll pull a Bittler here and remind everyone. I did hit my parlay yesterday on the show. So I'm going to take Kansas State here on the money line against TCU. I'm also going to take Miami with the points against Clemson. And I'm also going to take Syracuse minus the points against NC State. Syracuse, Miami, Kansas State money line against TCU. If you must, throw in Iowa State against Oklahoma. If you must. That's it for today's show. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Have a great day. We're going to do our premium picks in just a moment, and we'll be posting those shortly. Yeah, we're going to try and act more professional tomorrow for the big day. It's March Madness. Dress it up a little bit. Brian, you going to wear a collared shirt for Thursday or what?
I might.
All right. We're going to definitely try and act more professional tomorrow. What does that mean? Like adult? Because I was told that we're not adults. That was what someone said to me. I asked someone if Tony T wanted to get someone to join us. And they said they would rather hang out with the adults than hang out with us.
That means we can't call each other names.
I think it means our entire audience. I think it just because they wouldn't be here for us; they'd be here for our audience. I think they meant our entire audience and everybody in our entire community are not the adults, not the people they want to be with, right? Because not me. They wouldn't have been on the show with me, right? So it wouldn't have freaking matter. I would just be writing a check. Anyways, we're going to try and act more professional tomorrow. I don't know if we can act more adult. Dumbass.